nonprofit 501c3 animal shelter where we to date have rescued over 1,700 dogs, and we've helped thousands of more people to keep their dogs in their homes. We're unique in that we work with the JM Pet Resort, and that they train our dogs and rehabilitate them so that when we adopt them out, we're actually adopting out dogs that are ready to be adopted out rather than recycling dogs that still have problems. Also, we're very unique in that we require that any of our adopters take their dogs to a training facility of their choice, just so long as it's a motivational facility. And the reason why we do that is because nationally, dogs that are adopted, 50% are returned, and our return rate actually is less than 10%, and we attribute that to good matching to families, being choosy about where dogs go, and making sure that it's a good match for the families, and then also making sure that the families follow through with this training so that they can get over the beginning part of bonding and working out any kinks, and also implementing the training that we've already worked to put into the dog. So it's a very successful program because we have such a low rate of return, and also because we have a lot of happy customers.
We adopted a dog from the Blue Dog Shelter in 2007, and when I retired from my regular job, I thought maybe I would volunteer, so I stopped at an event and said, what can I do to help? And Jenny said, here, sell raffle tickets. And that was the beginning of my 8.5-year career as a volunteer with the shelter. I like to help with the evaluation of the dogs that we take into the shelter, and also to help reassure the families that we will do our best to take care of their pet as if it were our own. There's all kinds of reasons. Sometimes the people got a dog that wasn't the right dog for their family, whether it was the wrong activity level or the wrong size. So perhaps they live in an apartment and they got a small dog who barks all the time, who wasn't a good fit. Or perhaps there's been a sudden illness or a death in the family. In today's economy, there's all kinds of financial reasons why people can't afford their pets anymore. Sometimes an older person has to downsize, and unfortunately not many elderly housing places will let people bring their pets with them, which is kind of a sad commentary these days, because that may be the only family member an elderly person has left. So what we do is try to reassure the people that we will take excellent care of the pet that they're no longer able to care for.
This all started with a dog named Blue. It's why the shelter is called the Blue Dog Shelter. When I think to myself that we have rescued over 1,700 dogs and kept thousands of more dogs in their homes after the idea of just one dog, it just absolutely blows my mind. Many of you have been here since the very beginning, since that lumpy, goofy dog Blue started in my life. I went to animal control one day and he stuck his big fat head through the dividing door, and it was love at first sight. We couldn't afford his surgery. We started with the first ever Blue Fest, and ever since then we've been going on and on and on.
It started out very small. It's grown in size and in number and support, and basically it was just that we needed a fundraiser to subsidize the funds that we get and also try to push us into saving more dogs. So we needed a larger scale fundraiser, and a golf tournament was a logical thing to do. So we reached out to Mark at the Eastern Country Club, and he helped us and held our hands in developing this over the last 9 or 10 years. We have 136 golfers, which is just 2 teams shy of a full course, so that's amazing, absolutely amazing. And Merck actually sponsored the luncheon today, which is a major portion of what we have to pay the golf course. And then we have some tea sponsorships as well. The list is so long. So we have a 50-50 putting contest. We have a hole-in-one car. We have shot, so hopefully someone will go away with a brand new car today. We also have a betting to get on the green, so you bet $5, and if you get it on the green, you win 10, and if not, you donate the $5. We have a longest drive for men's and women's. We have 1 million raffles from all of the people that donated, and those businesses go on and on as well. We have Red Sox tickets. We have signed pitches. We have we have a grill. We have from Lowe's. We have a fire pit that was donated by some of the volunteers. We have basket after basket. Andre Robert did a bunch of gift certificates. The gift certificates and the support just goes on and on. Even though the shelter is nonprofit, it costs money to take care of the dogs and also to help the community. Many times it's education programs or long phone calls on the phone with someone that needs help or trying to get a resource for someone else. And even though it's a nonprofit and you don't make money at it, you need money to run it. It's still a business. And many times these dogs come in, sometimes they have problems. They need to be rehabilitated and changed, and it costs money to work that magic. So although everything is done at a deep discount for the shelter, it still comes attached with a price tag. So in order to pay that price tag, we need people who support our cause to open up their wallets and write a check. If everybody that we helped was to give us $25 a year, we could run solely on donations. But many times, because the shelter has done well in the past, what's happened is people think that the Blue Dog Shelter is all set, or that because it lives in JM Pet Resort, it's all set. And it's really not. Day to day, the care of the dogs can get expensive because when you have multiple dogs, it adds up quickly. Food, veterinary care, resources to change those behaviors. And people want us to do this. They want us to be that shelter that they can come to make those significant changes. But oftentimes they don't realize that it comes attached with a cost. So we're reaching out to the public to let them know that we need help. If we want to stay in existence, we need help to keep going on and doing the good work that we're doing.
This is friends, family, supporters. It's amazing how many people come out to support the Blue Dog Shelter and the cause of rescuing homeless animals. It's just absolutely heartwarming. I get choked up every time I get up here to talk because I think about all the awesome stories that we fulfill year after year, and we could not do it without people like you. So give yourself a round of applause because you deserve it.
Sometimes think that the work is never ending, but the difference that we make is one dog at a time. For the dog that we help, we're making a difference for that one dog. For the person that we help, we're making a change for that person. Oftentimes people say, oh, you're in rescue because you save dogs. And that's true. I love dogs and I love working with dogs. But also, it's the people component. Many times there are people that have bumps in the road. They go through a divorce and they can't keep their dog. They lose their house. They can't keep their dog. They get sick and they can't keep their dog. And these people are good people. They just don't have anywhere to turn to help make sure that their four-legged friend is in a safe environment where they will end up somewhere else. And the Blue Dog Shelter provides that. So not only do we provide the rescue and the rehabilitation for the dogs, but also we create a safe haven for people that are in trouble to turn to.
We have our own website, bluedogshelter.com, and on that there are tabs on the home page where you can learn about our adoption process, you can learn about our events, you can learn about our mission statement, and about how to volunteer with the shelter, or you can email us at info@bluedogshelter.com.
Our volunteers are second to none. Some of them have been with us from the very beginning, years and years and years worth of service. They're just an amazing group of people. I am blessed to call them my friends. They're like family, and what they give back to the dogs is amazing. But if you are interested in becoming a part of that family in any way, you would go to bluedogshelter.com and check us out on the internet. That's also where our adoptive dogs are. And many times when you see the adoptive dogs on there, it's not all the dogs that we have, because when dogs are in rehab, they're not listed for adoption. So sometimes we might only have 2 or 3 dogs on the website, but we might have 10 that are in training, getting ready for adoption. We would love to have you, whether it's donate or be a volunteer or be an adoptive parent. We would love to have you as a part of our family.